2025, the year of trade, tariffs, and negotiations. A new world order is emerging, with economy and defense at its heart, and India is ready for the march. On May 6, 2025, just hours before India was preparing its biggest defense strike against Pakistan-sponsored cross-border terrorism, the nation woke up to a significant development.
Hello, Excellency.
Congratulations, Prime Minister. We've achieved something truly historic today. This is the biggest deal the UK has done since we left the EU, and I think I'm right in saying it's the most ambitious that India has ever done.
इसका श्रेय आपके नेतृत्व को जाता है, आपकी डिसिसिव लीडरशिप को जाता है। यह समझौता भारत और यूके कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप में एक मील का पत्थर साबित होगा।
India and the United Kingdom had just concluded 3 years of long negotiations for a free trade agreement. It took 4 prime ministers.
This visit has not only deepened our economic partnership, we've agreed new deals worth £1 billion and created more than 11,000 jobs across the UK in everything from electric buses to the robotic surgery of Smith & Nephew, which I saw yesterday, as well as in artificial intelligence, where India's strengths are remarkable.
And we're working very hard, as I said, on our shared ambition of concluding an ambitious and comprehensive trade deal between India and the UK, because both of us think that would be a good thing, and both of us need to make sure it works for our two countries.
15 rounds of talks. United Kingdom's Brexit, a global pandemic, 2 general elections. Finally settled the negotiations and close the deal. The goal is ambitious: to double India and UK's trade to $120 billion by the year 2030. To mark this historic moment, Prime Minister Modi is all set to fly down to the United Kingdom on July 23rd and 24th for a quick signing ceremony that will seal the free trade agreement, his first visit to London since 2018. The timing of the agreement is quite significant. Post-Brexit in 2020, UK was searching for growth. Meanwhile, India since 2020 has been on the rise, even surpassing the United Kingdom as the 5th largest economy of the world in 2022 and becoming the 4th largest just this year, surpassing Japan. India's rise as Asia's new economic titan that is ready to rise, a deal for the United Kingdom was a no-brainer. The big question was, why did it take so long?
Mr. Liam Fox and Mr. Suresh Prabhu here actually started this whole process in identifying product lines, tariff lines, where an agreement is viable. But it's only on the 4th of May 2021 when the Prime Ministers Shri Narendra Modi and Boris Johnson in a virtual meeting decided to really kickstart the negotiations. So serious negotiations towards a trade agreement started 3 years ago.
Just in the last financial year, India and United Kingdom clocked in bilateral trade upwards of £43 billion. That is nearly 5 lakh crore. With this new deal, the trade between the two nations is expected to rise by 39%, with UK's GDP expanding by 0.1% just as a result of this trade deal this year.
UK-India trade deal is important for us, and it is even more so for UK because UK has exited EU. So the promise to UK electorates was that it will allow UK to fish for new markets on its own, and India is a big market. A free trade agreement hopefully will not only expand the volume. We are supposed to go from $42 billion to 42 billion to 120 billion pounds by 2030.
The journey wasn't easy. Both sides negotiated tough. UK wanted massive cuts on scotch, cars, pharma, while India pressed for textiles, IT, jewelry and professional services. The UK had its carbon tax and India had its dairy and electronics protections. Nobody giving in easily, and then the issue of migration and social security for workers. In the end, who won?
I think this new trade deal which is going to happen between India and UK is going to be highly beneficial for India. See, today we are the fastest growing economy amongst bigger nations. Today there is a global slowdown going because of Russia-Ukraine war, other geopolitical situation and because of the tariffs issue. So currently in these days, the trade deal is going to be highly beneficial. Plus, I think this trade deal is going to definitely make India reach faster the target of being the third biggest economy and India's target of being a $5 trillion economy.
Out of the deal, the United Kingdom will allow 99% of Indian imports duty-free access to the United Kingdom, with footwear, textiles and clothing as well as processed prawns, basmati rice and ready meals all set to gain the most. Meanwhile, India on the other hand will immediately lower its 150% tariff on Scotch whisky and gin to 75% and then to 40% within 10 years. With tariffs on foodstuffs such as lamb, salmon and cheeses will fall, expected from around 30% to zero. Both sides have also agreed to reduce tariffs on luxury cars from 100% to 10%, with a lock of 0% tariff on industrial machinery, advanced materials for use in high-tech industries and components for electric vehicles. The FTA will also make it simpler for Indian professionals to work in the United Kingdom, with employees of Indian companies working temporarily in the UK for up to 3 years now having the option to pay social security contributions in India instead, giving an increased incentive for companies to second Indian workers to the United Kingdom. Despite comprehensive negotiations, there are skeptics who think India got away with a lot more than the UK. To them, the reply of the Union Minister Piyush Goyal should suffice.
First of all, it's not something that we raised after the new government came in. This is something that has been on the table for the last almost 3 years of discussions. And almost 2 years or 2.5 years ago, this was made a non-negotiable part of our discussions. To bring balance and equity to a trade deal between two economies, one which has a market of 1.4 billion aspirational young Indians, and the other which is a smaller set of people and largely whose day-to-day needs and whose desires of life have been taken care of. So this was a part of the deal for nearly 3 years now.
Meanwhile, India's march continues. Just yesterday, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal announced the closing of the EFTA agreement too. 16 years in the making, a $100 billion investment promise in just 1 week, India is signing both the EFTA grouping of Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway and Switzerland and the United Kingdom together, outmaneuvering the months of stalled talks with the United States and rewriting the global script.
Experience that India has gained or our negotiators have gained in concluding a deal with UK would certainly form a sort of backdrop to negotiations with other partners including the US and the EU.
Timing is excellent, timing is perfect, because seeing the current tariff scenario, it's very important that India diversifies its global trade partners. There was a time when US was our biggest trade partner, China also has been our biggest trade partner, but now clearly seeing the way US has been levying tariffs, US has been giving deadlines to various countries including India, it's very important for us to have diversification in global trade partners.
The ball is in US's court, as India continues its march for economic cooperation to reach its $5 trillion economic target and surpass Germany. With the India-UK and India EFTA deals done, the signal is clear. To work with India, you need patience, grit, and mutual respect. From countless hurdles to the ultimate handshake, the India-UK FTA is not just a piece of paper. It's a promise for millions of jobs, billions in trade, and infinite opportunities. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi lands in Britain, the world watches. This is India, mastering the art of the deal.